Hello, everyone. Welcome into Comic Book Women. Tonight we are spotlighting just a rising star in the industry, Carla Cohen. But before we get to that, Jen, how's it going?
Good. Busy.
How was your day?
It's my first day off. It's my Monday. Or, sorry, my Saturday. So it's good.
Yeah, it must be so weird having your Tuesday be the beginning of your weekend. You got to get into that mode. But what better way to kick it off than with us, right? Yeah. Lucy, how are you?
Pretty good. I woke up from a nap not so long ago, so I feel good. I had this crazy headache. It was hot. We were out today. It was so hot. I had a huge headache, so I came home and I took a big fat nap, and I feel so good now.
Isn't that the best? Like when you're outside, it's hot, you come inside, it's air conditioned, and you just pass out.
Yes. Yeah. Especially with a headache. It was just like, ugh. But I woke up and I feel
it's
so
like 100 degrees outside, and this humidity is bonkers. I feel you.
Yeah, it was 112. I mean,
nope.
It's still 109, but it was 112 earlier. So
it's 109 here too, Lucy. Exactly 109 on my computer.
Different temperature codes. Just kidding.
And then, guys, if you've not met the wonderful Trish Forstner, she is the co-creator. Her and Tony Fleece created the series Stray Dogs. And Trish, thanks for coming out with us tonight. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Had a long day at work and then some exciting things coming through my email. But, you know, here I am.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you. I feel very lucky that you agreed to be on, and I was like, okay, we got to get Trish, and Comic Book Food Chain wanted you to, but we won.
Well, I think we have to come to an arrangement, a sharing agreement.
A custody arrangement?
Yeah.
They can have you on the weekends. We get you the weekdays and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving every other Christmas, you know?
We get you Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day.
Yeah. You know. Exactly.
All right.
You guys are my homies, so I'll be here.
Oh, look at Stray Dogs is awesome. Yes, we 100% agree. Before we get started, quick shout out to our sponsors that provided a lot of the information for tonight's show. Cover Price. If you head over to their website and use code FLIPSIDE, you get 2 months of their unlimited membership for $1.99 per month, which is a smoking deal.
Yes. Yeah. Especially if you're I sell comics, that helps you to find the best prices to give your people. So
hands down. So Jen, who are we covering today?
Carla Cohen.
This is her first day.
She's new, guys.
She's very nervous.
She's like, Carla Cohen. All right, so we'll give you guys a little bit of background on her. Carla Cohen is a French artist. I mean, doesn't she just look so beautifully French?
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. I think she's out in Italy right now, though, right? She's stationed out of Italy.
I think so, yeah.
I wonder why.
Oh, anybody know?
Dun, 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 dun.
Other than Jen, because Jen knows. Trish, do you know why she's in Italy?
I think I read that she's dating Mr. Perillo.
Yeah,
Perillo, yeah.
Lucio Perillo.
Lucio is how she said it.
Yeah.
Lucio.
I love the way she says it. We did the guys
so spicy.
The guys at Team Not Her invited us when they interviewed her. Me and Laura were there, and the way she speaks and the way she pronounces his name is so adorable.
Yeah, because I always said Lucio.
Lucio.
And she's all, it's Lucio. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I'm just going to stay with you for a while.
Yeah.
And she's so talented. So she just recently got on the scene, though. Like, Jen and I were talking before the show, and there wasn't, like, you didn't see a whole lot prior to what, 2019?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2019 is like that's the year she dropped in the comic community.
I remember.
back in the day, like when we first started, you very rarely heard this name. It was like Carla Cohen. Okay, maybe I have to look her up. And nowadays, it's like she's everywhere. She's just taking over. It's crazy.
But if you look at like her Instagram, she started posting stuff like 2017. But that's more of like portraits and babies and.
That's right, Andrew.
What did he say? Retsuko?
Retsuko.
Retsuko.
You haven't watched that yet?
No.
It's awesome.
I
That's
think
why-
I have seen like one episode.
Oh my
Netflix.
gosh.
It's
Like
good.
it's right in my vein. It's like adorable and also very angry.
Adorable. That is right up your alley, right?
That's
like,
right there. It's really cute. It's really cute and then very metal. It's very nice.
You kind of describing me. I'm just kidding.
oh, Trish, look what I made for when I'm not on camera. Look at what my avatar is.
Yes.
Nice.
I love
Excellent.
it. I need to add mine.
It's because I love Trish more than you guys. Yeah.
Oh.
There.
Someone
Whatever.
picking favorites. Uh-oh.
Well,
All right, we're getting so sidetracked.
I-
But all right, let's talk a little bit more about her. So, for those of you who aren't familiar, she's obviously her main technique is using oil painting or oils for paintings, and she does an incredible job. An incredible amount of detail goes into these.
This
Trish,
girl's a
okay,
freaking wizard. She's a freaking
Right?
sorceress. I can't even figure this out. Like, I mean, first of all, the sketch. The sketch could be the cover.
Mm.
You know, like that sketch could just be the cover.
Mhm.
But then, you know, I always find that folks who work in real media, they think differently than folks who work in digital media. Like me, I work kind of backwards. I work like as if I were painting an animation cell. So, you know, it's kind of like in layers, you know, bright colors first, then you add your sheet, you know, all that good stuff. I feel like she does the same thing with the layering of the paint, but I am not a painter. That is an
Yeah.
art skill that is very disciplined.
Mhm.
And I am basically a wild hair. So she's amazing.
It's
Mhm.
pretty incredible. I mean, I oil paint actually, not nearly at this level, but I mean, some of the advantages obviously is you have so much depth of color that's available to you. That's digital. You don't necessarily have.
I call myself non-committal because I refuse to like commit to like real media. You have to like really commit when you put that down. When you put that paint down, you're committing.
Yeah, it's not very forgiving if you make mistakes and stuff. You have to. But I mean, she's very good at what she does. You can see influences of Perillo, obviously, and some Meisner too. I would say. What do you think, Jen?
Well, even when you look at the pencils, and then you like they're great. When you look at the paint, like the depth of like the rib cage, like looks hard, and then the softness of the stomach, like
The
doing that
armor.
like
Look at the armor.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to look at her particular assets, but how can you not look at that armor?
I know.
but she did such a great job.
Folks who can paint in a photorealistic style are just magicians to me. Like, it's the same thing I say about people who can draw very intricate buildings or people who can draw machinery that looks like it functions like an actual machine and not like the crap I draw. It just, you know, those people make me feel like so inferior. And I would, you know,
It's different styles, so think about it.
Right.
You're completely different.
I'm good at what
so-
I'm good at what
Yeah.
I'm good at. I feel like I have a lane, right? And sometimes I venture out. Like,
Oh no,
transform,
I'm gonna
right?
get you so far out
But-
of that lane. That is my goal. I want to see what tricks you have up your sleeve, Trish. I think you
Oh.
do.
Well,
Hi, Jojo's in the chat. Hi,
But-
our girl
Oh,
Jojo.
Aw. But yes, this is masterful to me. I don't know if she's got like education in.
I think she did.
in
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, but you almost have to have some sort of. I have no education in art and stuff. What I know from reading and stuff on my own. But like, I feel like you almost have to have like a, you know, someone has taught her like an
Yeah.
apprenticeship or something. I don't know. It feels like
Well-
you should. I don't know.
She
But
said in a couple interviews too about trying to use, like, she's always trying to get better and expanding. Like her and her boyfriend were talking like about the constant learner, right? And that's how some artists do get stagnant and stay like, this is my style, my technique, but to always be learning and growing. She said that she tried to do acrylics, but she said she said she tried for like 2 days and then she just couldn't because it dries too fast.
Acrylics is tough, yeah, especially when you're used to the long drawing time that goes with oils. I mean,
But like, look at her. Look at the arm. Look at the texture. Look at it.
no, it's stunning. I think, and she does it particularly well with females. I always see like her females are just so beautiful. And she was during the interview that Lucy and I were on with her, she was talking about how she prefers to do characters that don't go too far into the fantasy realm. She likes to kind of stick with realistic images.
Wait, but this is her Jon Snow.
Ooh, that's
I
good.
thought it was a picture. Like,
Oh my god, it does look like a freaking picture. What the hell? Wow.
Yeah, she's pretty fantastic, and she has a great teacher. But she went to, I believe she went to an art school in
Florence.
Europe. Yeah. Yep. Oh wait, here we go. European art schools produce people like Carla Cohen and others. 100% true. Joe Chen has very Alex Ross like photorealistic style too. Yep. Geek driven.
I
Welcome
love
in.
Chen. I love Chen.
I'm saying hi to everybody.
Chat.
Welcome on in, Brian. Good to see you guys. So yeah, if you're new to us and this is your first time in, every Tuesday at 9 p.m., we feature a different artist, writer, or character, somebody that's in the female world that contributes to this community because they deserve their shout outs. And this week we are doing Carla Cohen, and we spotlight first, then we move into the market report, which will kind of give you a nice gauge of how they're performing on eBay and whatnot.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So she credits Scorpion Comics, Comic Kingdom of Canada, and then Scott's Collectibles in the UK. If you want to get like a commission cover, so she's talking about like it has to be a certain kind of paper to hold the oils. But through Scott's Collectibles, you can get a commission from her if you don't want to go. Like I think she can do it through her Instagram also.
I think so too.
That's a good idea.
Quick,
Yeah.
where's my phone?
I had one that she did and we sold it, and I'm like kicking myself for it.
What was it?
Brandon Barton, if you're out there and you're watching, I think it was Sabrina.
Oh,
Not the original, but it was just like a portrait of Sabrina, the teenage witch. But we got rid of it.
I'm looking at, and this is just me looking at process work again. Look at the hilt of the sword. It's different from the sketch to the final. And you can see some draw through too on the sketch where she was trying to get the structure on the hand. So you can see some draw through on that, which I love.
In the shadowing of the jawline, it's gorgeous. But yeah, she's fantastic. Jen wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. What was this again?
So the Venom, it was like the last day of a con, and this other artist she's like, oh, you should do something, and she's like, I can't, because she does oils, so she just takes the commissions, but she'll do them like when she gets home. And like, no, do something. And she's like, I can't. And then he just gives her like, I think paint markers or paint pens, and she does this Venom. And a guy nearby apparently like gave her a good price, so she sold it. And then people saw it and they're like, oh, that's awesome. But she's like, no, it's not her normal style. Her normal style is very, very realistic and very detailed. But people like really liked it. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I wouldn't have thought that was her. But I love her autograph in the bottom.
Yeah.
It looks cool with the paint pen.
Yeah, it's really neat. This is cool, Jen. I'm glad you brought this up. This is something that most people would never have seen, that alternate style that she's capable of, just an all-around artist. That's very neat.
And then even seeing her Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
I think it was a commission piece that she did. It's something that's not the typical that we're about to see. So I thought it was just cool for people to see like how detailed she can get with oils.
Didn't she do an exclusive for Batman Who Laughs?
She might have.
Yeah,
that's definitely outside her comfort zone again, though. Her standard zone again, because she likes to stick more with the stuff that's not so fancy. Like she was saying, remember Lucy in that interview? She was like, if somebody asked me to draw something like Venom, I think is the example she used. She's like, I'll tell them there's probably better artists for that, because I'm better at drawing. I know. She's like, no, find somebody else. I won't do it well enough. And it's like, are you crazy? Everything you do is amazing.
I've been told that by people I've tried to commission before, like. If it's like an off the wall idea, like I tried to commission the original artist from the Care Bears to draw my original Care Bear, and she was like, "I wouldn't. You did it such a good job. Why would you want me to?"
I was just gonna say that. Like that's what I was gonna say. That's what Trish just said. Like, oh, she's better than, and it's like I feel like I'm probably almost every artist feels that somebody else can do better than them.
It's just so subjective. It's like you know, it's different things to different people, right? So like, that person may be looking at my art, or maybe like, not that she would, but she might look at my work and feel like she could, like, I'm handling something better than she would or whatever, and not that she would, because she's fantastic. It's just,
You're
I
the
think it's all
queen of
subjective.
expressions. I 100% think that you got that down packed. You're so good at adding the expression to the eyes, which is a skill in itself, and you're really good at it. So,
The eyes are the windows to the soul. So,
amen.
look how deep I am.
All right,
I'm very deep.
let's kick it off. So, guys, let's get started. These are going to be the top 10 books that our wonderful, amazing Jen
Okay,
was
hang
able
on.
to track down. Uh-oh, disclaimer.
So she has, I think, 30 plus covers. There's a lot that were left off the list, but they're out there if you want to find them. But tons of store exclusives. And the majority of this is store exclusives, just because that's where she got her start, and that's what's available currently. But she's now starting to get more and more like ratios or
IDW,
normal
right?
covers.
Like I know, I remember like my first cover that I got from her was I think it was like Red Sony or something like that.
Yeah.
Like IDW, she was doing a lot of the IDW stuff.
Yeah, she has some ratios, and in our up and coming of like what's to look forward to, she's doing like some normal cover A's and B's. So like if this is out of your realm or you don't want to track it down, then it's coming. It's on its way.
Very cool. Well, let's kick it off. So her first cover that she ever did, and again, she talked about this in the interview we had with her with the Team Nerd Herd cast, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This came out in 2019, 500 print run and a 300 virgin print run. So take a look at what this is going for. That's not that bad.
Yeah. So I included the lined. I don't like it, but it's important for people to understand when you see a line, that's the best offer. We will never know that price. So someone tried to do it for like 18 and for 27. A line to me just means it's less, but like how much less we don't know. But ballpark around $9, which is still very attainable for her first.
That's crazy. That's beautiful too. Dang, I can't believe that one's going for so low. Even the version one, it's
all about the listing
like
too.
$20.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's 500 for the trade and 300 for the virgin. But for her first ever, like going from portraits and the more classical art to comic books, like it's
incredibly affordable. It's interesting though, because like if you guys take a look at this from the beginning, where you see this is her first cover to the very end, you're going to see her evolving. Even this
That's
one,
what a good artist will do.
Right. This is
their
still
work.
stunning, but I wonder what she would do. I can kind of guess a couple things she would do differently if she did this one nowadays.
I would love to see her do like a redraw.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be amazing?
I
think she
guess
would change the lighting, and I think she would change probably the candle. There's a couple things here that I think, I'm speculating, but I think she would do a little bit differently because her style has grown so much already.
Her technique for doing like hair, for instance, might be different now than it was. I mean, when was this? This was 19, right?
This is when she first started.
And it was from Comic Exposure.
It says right there. I can read. But yeah.
But yeah, definitely obtainable if you guys are out there and you're watching. This is a climbing artist, so I think this would be a smart one to snag up while you can. I would splurge and go for the virgin on this one, just because with these type artists, I think that it almost makes sense just to have it be just their piece.
You can frame this, and then somebody will think, "Oh, who's the picture? Who's that painting?"
Good idea, Paul. But yeah, anything else to add to this one, Jen?
Oh, it's from Comic Exposure. I know they're sold out on their site though.
So eBay only at this point.
Would they still have them 2 years later?
It's probably too slow to do it.
Jen's looking for us.
She's gonna be like, "Hold on, I have to eBay this real quick."
Oh, that's something we can bring up while Jen's looking. She's very similar to Jenny Frizen, and who else was it that was using uses photos. Natalie Saunders does that. They use photos of themselves, and she was saying the same thing, that she'll look at herself in the mirror and like make facial expressions and draw herself or paint herself at the same time, which is kind of cool
They
because
have
you
a photo
can see.
reference.
Didn't she
Yeah.
said too, like she gets sometimes people like models and they'll get like little pieces too of that model. I
Like,
think
why the
and
hell not?
Friendster
What's
does that too.
I don't see why people frown upon that. Like, why not use a photo reference? Why is
Oh
that?
no, you're supposed to. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think what people want to avoid is direct tracing, but you have to use a photo reference if you're trying to do photorealism. I mean, otherwise it's not going to look real. I was a hand model for somebody once. They wanted the picture of like someone holding a particular thing a particular way, like a stack of books.
Okay, now I gotta see your hand. Will you hold it up? Is it like glorious?
No, it's not. It's just the artist hand. It's got calluses on it. Awful.
So
It's all shiny.
If
Real
you guys
quick.
want baby hands,
Yeah, no,
mine.
no. There's nothing baby about them. I got calluses. They're awful.
real quick,
No, I got baby hands. My hands are so small. It's like
But like I had to hold like a stack of books or something because a character that this artist at a con was drawing was holding a stack of books. So he was like, "Hold still, hold these books. I want to take a picture." So he needed a reference real quick and couldn't just Google search one because we were in a convention center. But it's so it's too easy right now to find like photo references or get photo references. There's no
100%.
reason to
Google it
not
real
use
quick.
them.
Google it
know.
and move on. Jen, what were you gonna say?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Comic Exposure does still have them on their website for like $14.99, but then
They
Mike,
do? Really?
but then Mike said, yeah,
Yeah. I
Yes,
Oh.
I heard stories. That's right.
that's not good. I don't understand that. Like, if that's the case, that's a whole nother show. I was just gonna say, like, how do they keep going if that's anyway? All right, next up, Vampirella, store exclusive, 300 print run. I think it's fascinating how you always have these huge artists, and they always have at least one Red Sonja and one Vampirella under their belt. It's like something that all of them have.
Oh, she has multiple.
Trish, you're gonna do
Vampirella.
one. You're gonna do a Vampirella.
I literally bought a blank of Vampirella and a Red Sonja just so that I could have them in my portfolio.
Nice.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this one, Jen.
It's also a store exclusive, and from Scorpion Comics. She has a lot of different Vampirella. Like her Red Sonja Vampirella list there's more than a few, but this one is Vampirella number 8. If you're guys are trying to find it from 2020, and she did a great job. I don't know.
I feel like I've seen that one like a lot. Was it? You said it was a store exclusive, but I feel like I've seen this one outside of eBay. I've seen it in the world somewhere.
Maybe
I feel like
somebody
I've seen
posted. But I feel, I mean, again, Vampirella, because a lot of people do that. Not a lot. Well, there's so many covers of Vampirella. Like Lucio, he has done this, and I feel this post is very common.
Maybe that's why I think I saw
The
it somewhere.
neck leading
Lucio
up.
does that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost like, almost always. But that seems like a trademark of hers now too. Like she'll do that, like a kind of a sensual pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely does have that style where she kind of she brings in the sensuality of it. Yeah, this is beautiful. Again, you see so many parallels between her and Perlo, and I think that's fantastic because he's amazing too. See, she has a great teacher. If you guys had to pick your favorite Vampirella ever, though, this is a little off topic. What would it be?
Huh. It's hard for me because
I would need more time to think about that.
I mean,
Have you seen the art germ one where she's like the blood's draining down and that makes the shape of her outfit?
Yes, I have seen
I've
that one.
seen that one. Yeah.
There was one that I picked up that looked more like an animation cell. Damn, I'm trying to think of who the artist was. It was someone who doesn't normally do Vampirella covers. I'll
Very
find
similar.
it. But yes,
Mhm.
that
wanna say
style
it was
is like always my jam.
Oh, Jen, that would be a good idea for a show. Do a whole show based on Vampirella or Red Sonja, since those two
Oh, that's
characters, I mean, you
true.
just see them everywhere, and it's There's so many great, the Bruce Timm Vampirella 3 variant. There's so many great covers of those two characters. We'll have to do that. Stay tuned for that
Frank
show.
Cho's, Frank Cho's covers.
It's going to be like an hour-long show, you guys just talking about Vampirella.
Oh, man. Longer than that. We'll need like 4 parts to cover that. But okay, so $80. Oh, and Jen, these are bids again. So we don't know what they would sell for just as a buy it now, but roughly $80 would be a good expectation.
There's no line there. It's $80 to $75.
Yeah, there's no line. They're just
no line.
It doesn't
Aren't
say
these
that
auctions?
they're sold.
Yeah, auctions.
They're auctions.
So buy it now.
It says sold on.
Yeah, there's bids.
Okay.
No.
So
if you look, it says sold
but buy it
June
now.
6th for
That's
$80.
like when you don't have an auction.
sold-
You just
You just buy it. But when you bid, like so the person who bought it on June 6th, there's 18 bids for $80. Like that got up to $80, right? And then the person who bought it on May 24th, there's only one bid. So I'm sure it was probably $75, and he just I'll do it for $75. But be really careful. Make sure when you guys, if you ever try to buy online, seriously ask for pictures. I found a couple of like cheap copies, but when I zoomed in, there's a ton of spine like ticks, and I was like, ooh, that's why it's cheap, because it's like, especially on like these dark covers.
Yeah, dark covers tend to get a lot of spine ticks. I know this from personal experience.
Oh, dude, you and me both, man, right? Like we're just, but yeah, it's definitely falls. I'm not trying to be biased, but as a seller, it's like some of the responsibility falls on the buyer. You have to do your homework. You have to look, and if you see a cover like this, you're like, oh, here's one for $14. There's probably a reason why, like you have to look at it. Like what Jen's saying, like it drives me crazy when people are like, oh, well, I didn't read the details. Well, it's kind of on you then, right?
Yeah. Or look at the pictures. Yeah.
I didn't look at the pictures. Okay, well, tough shit.
I got so happy one time. I bought an Avengers, was it 7 or 8? The first Kang. I got so excited because it was so cheap. Buy it now. I bought it, and then it came, and it had like a big marker on it.
You're that person.
I was that person. So I got in the mail, and I was like, and I looked at the picture. I'm like, oh, I'm a dumbass. Like I should have looked harder before I got excited and like clicked buy. Like just be careful. It happens.
But at least you realized it. Like when you were, you're like, oh, wait, let me just,
cry and be like, hey, you screw me, or
leave a nasty review or something.
No. It was my bad. I was like, okay, like
you're
maybe
you're a good person. That's why.
She is a good person. You're a good person. You're so like nice.
I can be mean.
Why are we all so nice?
I know you guys are all so nice. I kind of snarled when I said it. You guys are so nice, damn it. Anyways, all right, moving on. Next up, okay, this one, I was so glad that when I saw that Jen added this to the list, because this is where I think you started seeing Carla Cohen really getting noticed. This is from MegaCon exclusive, Dear Becky #1. Tell us about it, Jen.
So be very careful when you are hunting for this if you really want this one, because there's another print of this from Scorpion Comics that's a 300 print run that's like the colors in the background are a tiny bit more muted, and then the MegaCon exclusive, which I think Scorpion also helped like attain for them, it's gold, so you're really looking for that gold hue to like shine through to get the 200 print run. And it's, I mean, The Boys is a great series, and the character, and yeah, the 200, like I'm the majority of this list is 200 to 300, and just to me,
this was on the hot 10 exclusive too, wasn't it? It
was, and it did make the top 10 like around the same time that it dropped in 2020.
Oof. So, all right, let's do a little round table here. Lucy, would you pay $300 for this?
No.
Trish?
I don't need it for my collection. It's pretty to look at.
Yeah, like since I'm not because it's not beautiful, because it's beautiful.
No. Yeah, we're not judging it solely on the art, right?
On the art, no.
But then again, it's also the exclusivity. There's only 200 of these,
so if I would have got it, like probably no, yeah, I don't.
But I don't know that I would pay
because I'm not a fan. Really,
but that raw comic price is pretty attainable.
Yeah. I know.
Wait, Lucy. Oh, Lucy's kid saying "Mama" in the background. Yes, baby. Mama, yes.
Oh, he's showing me the Good Dinosaur from the Good Dinosaur, Arlo. It's Arlo. Like, It's right
That's
there.
a good movie. I remember when this was on the Hot 10, though, everybody had the same comment that the eyes just beam off the page into your soul, which is very, very cool. But I'm kind of with Trish and Lucy on this. I love the artwork, but since I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this particular series
Or character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I
character.
mean, like,
character,
I
that's
found out
cool.
about the show before I found out about the comic. So,
Mhm.
like, you know, to me, the comic wouldn't be as valuable.
Well, check out what Paul's saying. He say for a 200 print run of an artist that's just getting hotter, so maybe 300 would be worth it. It
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
keep
see?
climbing.
Yeah.
So it made
It
the
means
CBSI
different things to different people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
and it made the CBSI top 10 4/10/20
Mhm.
of last year, and it made number 5. And at that
Yeah.
point, it was at $40 and jumped to 100. So since then,
Shout out
like
CBSI.
a year later,
Shout out.
And I'm okay now. Paul's making me second guess myself now because he's right. These are
A
just
year
going to
later.
become more and more
But was it
rare.
like gold foil or was it like gold painted?
see that I don't know. So that's another thing about her. These images that you're seeing is that because she does oil the majority, even if she does like the digital, it's really hard to translate to like the photo, right? Because it's not going to be as stunning as in person. Like there's no, you know what I mean? Lord, you understand? Or like, you guys?
No, yeah, there are different finishes too. So she could have just added a gold finish to this. I'm not sure. I've never seen it in
Because I'm
person.
sure they make like metallic paints, but that would be hard to
Yeah.
take a photo of or be photographed
Yeah.
to be used as a cover.
If
But
anybody
I'll be-
out there can answer that, let us know. If any of
If
you
you have
that are
one.
watching own this
Yeah.
and could tell us exactly how you would identify the gold versus the muted, that would be really handy since we don't have this in hand.
That really would have been friggin' hot though if they did like a foil press around her,
Oh, yeah.
around the character.
Mhm.
Spicy.
Mhm.
I mean, more power to you, Scorpion Comics, for seeing her and
Yeah, giving her that shot because that's
Mhm.
All right, well, let's keep going. Next up, store exclusive, the trade version sets at 250 print run. This is
What is?
Apocalypse Girl, number 1.
Yeah. from
some
Source Point
some
Press.
coyote, like some coyote ugly stuff.
Yeah.
This is Source
Yeah.
Point?
Yes, Source Point.
Wow.
No shit. All right.
Okay.
Good for them.
Anomaly Comics
Yeah.
is who commissioned it for the store.
Mhm.
What
Okay.
year was this?
2020.
Really? That's really
That's
cool.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like Trish said, it's very coyote ugly. She can start dancing.
Yeah, like I expected something else.
No, this is beautiful. And that's a huge, like, I mean, that's very cool. So Source Point's putting out
Yeah.
some amazing artists. That's something that we should definitely keep in mind, guys. If you're not already supporting Source
Mhm.
Point,
Mm.
you definitely should.
I
Yeah.
just did a cover for Source Point.
Did you really?
Ooh.
Oh, are you
yeah.
allowed to tell?
That's good boy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Source Point, I think, is so like they're
Oh, look,
gaining so
Frank.
much speed.
Frank Ogle's here.
Ah,
Frank,
speaking of
what's
the
up? I was you last week, man.
Superstar
It
just
was
came
so
back from his
weird.
signing. His hand's probably so sore.
You see.
He was on
From
tour.
signing. It's sore from signing.
Yes, to clarify, sore from sighting. All right, so this one, $66 for a 9.8. That's not bad. That's really, really good for a Carla Cohen cover, and a $15 for a raw comic. That's what they charge just out the door at the beginning. So this one I think would be a good one worth
And
picking
then,
up.
Yeah.
Mike is saying that it's actually a pretty awesome series and was talking about, but it's pretty great. You can actually get cover A, which is not this one, but the original like cover A, because remember it's a store exclusive. The cover is still available at Source Point if you want to read it.
Oh, Mike
Dang.
says that it was a pretty good series. Okay. Okay.
No one was
Pretty
talking about
awesome.
it.
Maybe they'll start talking about it now that Carla's
Yeah.
like coming up.
Yeah. And you know, I think there's a lot of stories, a lot of books from from smaller publishers that a lot of people don't know about because they kind of focus always on the mainstream ones. Publishers.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
check their website because they have a lot of books that you can get from there too.
Great stories. Frank Gogol is one of their writers, guys, and Lucy's 100% right. There's a lot that, although, look at this, Trish.
Yeah. Oh no.
Trish status. Congratulations, Frank, by the way. We're very proud of you. That's
You're an
awesome.
icon, dude. Get it.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's keep going. Next up, store exclusive
Ooh.
again. Like Jenna said at the beginning, a lot of these are store exclusive. The 300 print run with COA. Oh, this is right up Frank Gogol's alley. He loves Power Rangers. So tell us about this one, Jen.
Yeah, it's another from Scorpion Comics, and it's the 300 print. Yeah, I did. There's not much more to like, but it's Pink Ranger.
I'm just wondering if that's the Zord behind her.
It is. It's her Zord.
Awesome.
Oh, I didn't even see that at first until you guys said something. I'm like,
yeah, it's the pterodactyl.
It's all blurry.
Pterodactyl.
Frank owns it.
Yeah, of course, right? Yeah, this is
I was
badass.
gonna say, he's like, I know, I got this one.
This is pretty cool. I like the composition. I like the pose that she chose. It's very empowering and sexy all at the same time, and so strong. Yeah, this is
I
a
always
good
thought
one.
it was funny that the Pink Ranger had a bow and arrow while everybody else had like swords and axes and crap. But I guess it was cool.
Well, I like when they use the bow to be like also be beyond using it as like a long range when they use it as a short range weapon. I like when they use that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. I've never seen this one until you had brought it up, Jen. So I'm glad you brought it to our attention. And for under $20, easily under $20, guys, this is worth snagging up while you still can, especially if, like Gogol, you are a Power Rangers fan.
Real quick, since Frank is here, the Phantom Ranger comic was freaking awesome. It's going to second print, and in that second print, it's that design like character variant. Like I definitely pre-ordered that. That's awesome.
I love the design variants. I love anybody that does a design variant. I think I love seeing character designs. First of all, I have a weakness: character model sheets.
Yeah,
it's my like fire. But I'll definitely be picking that up too.
Lucy, Jen, do you guys remember when we had Gogol on? He's like, I would love to do a Power Rangers book. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Look how
Way
far
back
he's
in the
come.
day.
He's grown up
Right?
so
Dreams
much.
come true.
It's pretty amazing. Like it really is. It makes me happy. I'm so proud.
Did we make his dream come true then?
No, that wasn't.
I don't think we had anything to do with it. I wish we did,
I
but
just want to take credit for that.
yeah, it's just really neat. I'm proud of our guy. All right, let's keep going. Oh, since we're on a Gogol topic right now, right after the show ends tonight, Frank Gogol, Anthony, the owner of Bird City, and Aaron Yee are doing Comic Book Food Chain. If you have not checked out their channel, you are missing out. They go live at roughly 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and tonight I believe they are covering signings, like it's doing signings, which Gogol just got done with. So, anyways, check out Comic Book Food Chain. Subscribe to that channel. Moving on. All right, Jen. What's this one?
Magic the Gathering #1. I'm probably gonna butcher her name. It's Avacyn, Avacyn. She's an archangel.
I almost thought this was like some sort of like cross-play Sephiroth cover.
This is pretty, man. This is really pretty.
But yes, very gorgeous.
I am a fan.
Came out like in March 2021. But the price is again another 300 print run. It's again from Scorpion Comics.
Very attainable.
Yeah.
Magic #1. I feel like we did. Well, maybe I didn't. I'm trying to think
I
of
just
that
love
title.
all the textures. I mean, you're looking at leather and metal and
the wings,
and the wings.
Staff. And
I'm not really paying attention to the wings so much because when I see wings, I don't pay attention. I don't know.
But her armor's really cool.
But her armor's really cool.
Her armor's fantastic, but if you look at the use of light, wherever you put the light against the dark is where your eye is naturally drawn. So I go straight for the eyes. And I think that's probably what she was going for here. And that use of light behind her head, it's gorgeous. And using oil, it gives you so much color depth and range. And she uses it masterfully. Lucy, what do you think of this one?
It's beautiful. Sorry, I muted because this kid is talking.
You're fine.
This
It's like, it's beautiful. God, why are you even talking to me?
I don't know if you can hear him.
I hear him.
Okay.
Oh,
I can hear him. Like I keep telling him, like, hold on.
he just wants to be involved.
Let's just put him on camera.
he will have an opinion on this too. He has an opinion on everything. I love it. I don't know anything about the character or and nothing like that, but I see the wings and it kind of makes me think of Lucifer, but
It could be a standalone piece though, even
but
if you took the character out.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful cover. I love it.
Very cool. All right.
I
Well,
love
yeah.
the
So
wings. The
They
wings.
should use that for like a Magic the Gathering trading card.
ooh,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be perfect. And for under $100, I think this one's again another one. At the rate that Carla Cohen is climbing, I'm going to be careful with my wording here. I don't see a lot of bad investments when it comes to her stuff, especially stuff that's limited to 300, 200. Again, I'm kind of mirroring what Paul said earlier. It just seems like the only place this is going to go is up, as long as she continues to put out quality work, which she hasn't failed us yet. So let's just keep going. All right. Store exclusive. Wonder Woman Black and Gold. Jen, what do we have on this one? Larger print run.
Frickin' fire. That's what we have.
Yeah. So 3,000 print run for the trade, and then 1,500 for the Virgin. But so this is hard. When I was trying to track down who the stores were for these exclusives, like this is the one that it says Comics Elite, but then it had multiple, like it, because of I think the high print run, it just got it got sourced out to multiple other.
I know I've seen this at Comics Elite. So
Well, they
I know
probably
they
had
have it.
partners. When you have this
But-
large of a print run, that's common to have
Yeah.
partners that kind of buy in on percentages so that you're not
shared exclusive.
shared
type.
exclusives.
That's-
It's gorgeous. I really like this one. I feel like Wonder Woman
Yeah.
Black and Gold is coming out with some amazing covers.
Yes.
When I
even just
see-
the regular ones, I got the Bartel. I only picked up the Jim Bartel.
That's good.
But there was other 3 covers there. But then they're like, I think they were like $6 or something like that, like
Yeah.
each. So I was just kind of like, I can't do all that. Like I have to pick other ones. So, but I left other ones behind that I really liked. But I
I
had to
love
pick
all
the
these.
Bartel.
I love
Yeah.
all these ones where they like do like a one hit, like a one color hit where it's like grayscale and then a color. So like black and gold always stands out. I mean, that's fire. They should have. The only thing that would have made this particular one is if the trade dress, the gold would have been the same gold like the metal, like gold, not just yellow. That would have made it better for me, but that has nothing to do with Carla. That has everything to do with the trade dress not matching.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fire. I love it when they do, and it is very difficult to render metal in any medium. So think of how talented she is to render said metal on a body, not just a machine or anything with like straight angles. You're looking at curves with fire.
Dude, that's arm goals. Look at this chick's arms. We need to start working out, ladies. We need to
Shit.
start doing more push-ups and stuff. Look at those biceps. It's just gorgeous. All right, so stats on this one: $14.99 for the raw comic, completely reasonable. I know this title has a lot of competition out there. If you could collect all of them.
Remember
What?
that Tula Lotte is coming out soon.
Oh, the Tula Lotte. I'm so glad you just said something because that's the one that I'm going to be snagging up. Out of all of them, I'm in love with that cover. I think it's stunning. Guys, check it out. Tula Lotte did a black and gold, and it's
coming out.
beautiful.
Hold on, do we have this? Do we have this somewhere I can look? Hang on, I need
I
to
think
look.
it's like a number 4 or
I love Wonder Woman anyway, so
Yeah.
let's just take
I
a look
don't-
at some
I
fire
don't
right
know.
here.
Jen, did you add it? The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
no. That's one of the ones that I left off. I mean, it's one of her most infamous ones.
Controversial. It was controversial too.
Because of what happened with DC and DC
Yes.
being like, you got to pull that. I mean, it wasn't her fault, right?
Wait, what are you
Yeah.
guys talking about?
Well, there's
so
a cover
there's
that.
the Wonder Woman.
Go ahead, Jen.
Oh, there's a
Let me see.
that one
This
that
one.
Lucy's showing.
Okay, why is that controversial?
Because
Because-
it's a rendering of that chick who is in the sun.
Democrat girl.
And
She's a politician.
yeah, and they made her into Wonder Woman. But the thing is like they didn't do it on like a DC comic. So DC was like,
Devil's Due.
yeah.
Devil's Due did it.
And so DC was like, you got to pull that because it's copyright. Like you can't
Yeah.
make someone wonder. Like if it would have been changed enough, it would have been okay. But it wasn't her fault, right? Because she was commissioned to do it. She did it. It was more, but they had to pull it. So whatever was still out there is now out there. But
are they worth like a shit ton now because people can't get a hold of them anymore?
Right now, there's not that many out there.
they got pulled.
Like, but I know some people like that they were able to get it, and I
Oh,
see
you do?
one on eBay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know 200 people who were able to get it.
Wait, so what's it on eBay for? You guys are killing me with your
for
suspense.
1,000. It's going for a bid. It's a bid going on right now, and they had only one bid. Somebody else bid, and it's 1,000 so far. But I know, I think that's how much they were going for because they were CGC.
There's that Tula cover.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Look at that fire.
That Tula cover's my favorite so far.
Sick.
Oh, it's so pretty. That's crazy, Lucy.
AOC. Yeah, I know. I don't know how and I think she remarked it or something like that. And yeah, I know it was CGC and sign and stuff like that. And
I figured when we did her again, I would put that on there because, like, ideally, we'll touch back on a lot of these artists when they have more, and then, like, especially for her, like, there's so many store exclusives, and that was a store exclusive also. And I wanted to add at least one thing to the list that wasn't a store exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy. I did not know about that Wonder Woman thing. So that's a little extra tidbit for you guys. If you got a hold of that AOC cover, it's going for $1,000. That's I assumed it would be something insane because it got pulled and people just would go crazy over that. Yeah. All right, so let's keep going here. Next up.
That book was so new that it hasn't been graded yet, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, grading is like months and months.
Yeah. We'll see now.
Don't get me started on CGC. That's a whole other show too. So another store exclusive. This one just recently came out. I'm pretty sure this is a Comics Elite. No, wait.
And
Comics Elite did one. They did this one.
And Comic Kingdom of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was a shared exclusive. Yeah, it's very well done. We talked to her. Lucy, do you remember we talked to her about this one?
Yes.
On the interview.
We were talking about this,
Miracle Molly.
She said that the only part of this cover that's actually digital is the hair. The hair she didn't do in her traditional oil. She added that on after the fact, which if you look at it really, really critically, you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about in a lot of the interviews again that she really, really likes to go oil, but if there's time constraints, then she has to do digital. Like she has no time to do it, but she likes to do, and so that's cool that she did both. Okay, I'll do what I can, and then.
But you see, the cover being again muted with a single color hit of red. Impact.
Mm-hmm.
You like that one better, the B?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I also like
and look at her eyes. Like her eyes pop more.
Up a little, I was just gonna say that they pop more because there's not much of
that weird gray, muted gray in the background on the cover A. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the character pops more on the B.
It's interesting that this isn't going for more on the aftermarket because this is pretty comparable to the price that they released it at.
I think because there's so many covers of exclusive of Miracle Molly.
There were a lot.
But that's her name, right? Like there's so many that it was hard to pick and choose which ones to buy. That's what I feel like. That's what happens with a new character that everybody does.
Happens with everything nowadays. I mean, the Department of Truth variants or the exclusives there's tons of them. It's crazy with that, but I that makes sense, Lucy. That's probably.
But even look at those marks on her cheeks from the A to the B. The B stands out more.
That's true. Everything.
My completely unrelated, unbiased opinion is that the B looks better, but it still doesn't change the fact that she's an amazing artist who can craft a face that just kind of, it's just impact.
You know what? Another thing that the name that also stands out more because the name on the red one, there's no name on it, so everything's able to with no color or anything. So
there's no it's limited trade dress.
Yeah.
It's a minimal trade dress over on that one, which is very cool. But under $20, and again, that's actually I think might be less than what they originally released it at. So if you guys can get this one, go for it.
And I can't even believe that. Look at that, 18. Yeah. All right, Mojo, we got you. Yes. Under $20? Holy hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy them. Go buy it. Buy it now.
I am
Click it.
now. Yes.
Here's
Oh,
cover
this one-
C of the same cover, guys. So you just have the black background, which this
It's a
kind of
virgin.
gives you the best of both worlds too, because it's still giving you the
Mhm.
pop of color, but it simplifies it enough that you're kind of focused more on the technique and the art itself.
I think again because it doesn't have the title.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a portrait. I still like the cover B better.
This one got more of a bump in value, though, if you're looking
Mhm.
at the
Well,
raw
'cause it's
comic sale.
1,000 print
Smaller,
runs,
smaller print run
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
Probably, is it an exclusive for a different store?
No, it
would be the same one.
ABC.
Oh,
Yeah.
They'll do a triple run like that, and then you can do the minimal trade version.
bonkers.
It's a lot to handle for those. So that's probably why they shared this one. But it's still gorgeous, and she did an exceptional job on it. So if you guys can get your hands on these, I don't see why not. And I think these are still pretty comparable to what they were
Yeah.
released at. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the raw comic. What's that? $38,
Yeah.
45. I guess if you're looking at eBay.
Yeah.
and
like,
typically a cover
damn.
C by itself would run about that anyway. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Real quick, Nick brought up about Tula and Ultra. I'm pretty sure we covered Tula last week, and all the places that like she in her interviews said it was Elephant Man was her first cover. But if you could tell me what episode Ultra talked about Tula on, that'd be very helpful. But
yeah, please, Nick.
Cite
But-
your references, man. Sorry, Nick.
but I mean, we'll look at it again. But Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so let's keep rolling. Guys, if you are just joining us, if you're enjoying the show so far, we do really enjoy putting this information together for you. Cover Price is our sponsor. They provide us with a majority of our information that we use. Give the show a thumbs up and give it a sub. We appreciate it. And then after the show's over, if you guys leave comments, we read every single one of them, and we sincerely appreciate those as well.
Mhm.
Shortly after this, Frank Gogol will be doing Comic Book Food Chain with Anthony and Yee. So if you have some extra time
Ooh,
after the
I
show,
just got a
check that out.
notification that it's going live 30 minutes.
Hey, there you go. All right, let's keep moving then. Let's keep cruising so we don't overlap.
Oh, there it
One
is.
in Ted trade dress incentive. Ooh,
Is
Jen,
this the
tell me
same one
more.
we were looking at, right?
This
Yeah.
one literally
Yeah.
just came out like last week, right?
Yeah, this is I don't have the exact one down, but it was this year definitely. And yeah,
Or not last week. I guess it was very recent.
yeah, very recent. Yeah. So this is her first, not the first, because I had a hard time. I need more time to do deep diving, but it's something that's easily attainable for someone who's like, oh man, I can't get those store exclusives. Well, like it's a 1 in 10, 130, and online it's just super attainable. And I want to say this is her first, because for a while in her interview she couldn't tell anybody what she was getting a chance to do, but like she did a couple covers for Red Sonja that were again a part of the main going out like into comic book stores instead of just doing exclusive.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. I mean, look at the pricing again. This is obtainable. This is
Pretty
something that
good.
anybody out there can grab, and it's gorgeous.
$8? That's pretty crazy.
What an interesting. What I like about her is she makes the characters so much more believable. That's just my personal taste, though. Like when I see Red Sonja, I don't want to see like this ripped chick with triple D's. Like I want to see something that looks like a woman. But again, that's just personal preference, and I love that about this.
Technically, there should be more of a mix because if she's fighting, it'd be.
Yeah, she should be thick,
You're
but like
right.
not,
She
like,
should be a little bit buffer, maybe a little bit, so that she can
Yeah.
actually hold the sword behind her.
Yes. Yes.
But it's
instead
beautiful.
looking like her wrist might snap in half like a bird leg.
But it's beautiful.
You know.
Like, she did a great job.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's going more to capture the femininity of the character
Yes,
and
exactly.
giving it some delicate
Mhm.
characteristics, which is a different rendition, and it's gorgeous.
Oh, Moonlight. Hi, Moonlight. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining us.
And Exit Zero Comics. Guys, if I didn't have a chance to say hi, welcome on in. We really appreciate you guys being here. We have Trish Forstner as our guest host today. She is the co-creator of Stray Dogs, if you aren't aware, and that series is fire. If you're able to get your hands on it, please do. I'm not going to lie, the arm behind her looks a bit weird now that I see it.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, we
I'm
ruined it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Come on, Jen.
Okay.
We know that's you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just. Oh.
All right, let's keep going. So coming soon, we like to end the shows on stuff to give you guys to look forward to, and her Department of Truth covers have been pretty badass. And here she's channeling some iconic figures.
Look at that
What?
freaking Elvis cover, man.
Love that.
Yeah, the Elvis cover, you can still get that, but the Marilyn Monroe is sold out. At least at it's comic book dealer it just says comic book dealer and it's in the UK. But yeah, so I'm sorry about that. I didn't know it was sold out, and then when we were going to go live, I was like, oh, too late.
I love it, but why isn't Marilyn a little bit blonder?
She
Am I being too critical? I know, but it's not blonde
because
enough.
of since it's Department of Truth, I think that's why they made it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
It's like
But-
brunette and then like honey gold hair.
I like it. I like it, and it's not the white dress; it's the red. It's in the red. I think it's like that. I'm sure there's a purpose.
Yeah,
because look, there's a Marilyn alive, so they're just saying that she changed the way it looked. That's what I'm assuming.
And
That the king is alive. I love that.
Thank you for Matt to bring this, because I didn't know this was going to come out. Matt from Cover Price brought this to our attention. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, he's such a good guy, you guys. Cover Price, if you haven't already, please head over to their site. If you use the code Flipside, you get 2 months of their unlimited membership. You have access to everything for $1.99 a month, which is just such a good, especially if you're a seller, like what Lucy was saying earlier in the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's probably, I get the dress. I get the red dress, because I mean, come on. It's a little bit blonder, I would have, but
she has to, if she's alive, she has to change the way she looks, because they will recognize her. I think that's the purpose.
I mean, but Elvis Presley, like that's, like Trish said, like that's.
I love, but yes, I like the Elvis better than the.
Yeah, I like the Elvis better than the Marilyn.
Oh, so it's Department of Truth number 11 is the Marilyn, number 12 is the Elvis. So again, August, September. If you can find it again for resale, but
probably on eBay you'll find it.
But you can aim for the Elvis one for paying for what's going, because it's still available.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. That's what's coming up. And then another coming soon. What do we got here, Jen?
Barbarella, number 2 and number 3. We included because I just pulled it from Previews World, but it's her doing a cover. So again, $4 for her cover. I really like number 3 a lot, like a lot.
Let me see.
The one on the right-hand side.
Because she's looking at the camera.
My God, I haven't seen Barbarella in a million years.
Coming back. They're bringing her back.
Well, they've been trying. I don't think it's just sticking.
But I definitely like the number 3 better. I like the pose on number 3. Stronger.
But to get her cover and not have to pay, it'd be nice just to pre-order at your comic book store and have it come in and be like, oh, okay, this is like what we're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the Virgin better, though, for $50.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yes.
The Barbarella is too distracting.
The title, like,
I meant to ask you that, Laura.
The title.
Like, so if you see like the cover A or the normal trade dress says August 18th, but then the Virgin says August 25th. Why would it be?
I have no idea. Like that.
Okay.
That's very odd. Normally, when you
launch the same thing with the other one.
You launch them together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they would do that unless they were just trying to stir up some interest for like almost essentially a second launch for the price of one type deal.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's good marketing. You kind of give them a teaser with the first one and then have them hold out until the next one. But typically you launch them together.
Hey, Roger. Welcome. Just a little.
The cranky Canadians in the house, guys. 3 Men in a Basement, another channel that we highly recommend you guys sub to if you don't already. Let's keep cruising. So new comic book day picks. This is something that we do at the end of the shows just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a taste of what we're excited about. And then at the very, very end today, Anthony went ahead and gave me the green light to show you guys the first time ever are the Me You Love in the Dark cover. So don't go anywhere. We're going to show you that at the very end. But Trish, you're kicking us off. So what is all this? Stray Dogs, man.
Stray Dogs reprint. We have number 1, fourth printing. Number 2, 3, and 4, third printing. All horror homages. My favorite of these is I'm stuck between either The Thing and Evil Dead.
Really? That's not what I thought you were going to say.
What? You
I
thought I was going to say Midsommar?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, like, first of all, that expression is my favorite thing ever. I love drawing. You know me. I love to draw expressions. So
good.
That one was so good. But to me, the pose for The Thing came out so accidentally good. So I really enjoyed doing these. And then I laughed because there was a Twitter poll somebody had put up that was our Evil Dead homage and Department of Truth's Evil Dead homage. And they were like, which one's better? And I laughed and I was like, oh no, we got to share this out. Stray Dogs actually won the poll, but and I forgot how many votes it was, but the our rating at the bottom on Stray Dogs is stronger than the rating on the Department of Truth's one. The Department of Truth's warning, on like movie posters, how they put like a warning occasionally where it's like, don't let anybody under whatever age watch this film. Well, ours says no one under 14 should read this book. Theirs says anybody can read this book. And I was like, oh, weak.
Yours is too traumatizing. This book has shook me to my core, Trish. I have laid in bed at night like, because of this.
Sweating, night sweat.
Yes, this is your fault. So I get why they would do that. But these are all fire covers. Did you do all 4 of these on your own, or did Tony help you with any of these?
Oh no, me and Tony, we're the Trish and Tony collabo team. I drew them all. He did inks and colors. I think we even have some original artwork somewhere of these. He did all the text work. I can't. Me and my brain, we don't work for fonts, but he figures them out somehow, and
brilliantly.
He does all this good stuff. I mean, we kind of talk about like the flavor texts and things like that, but he's a genius. So I give him all the credit there.
Now, if somebody wants to buy these tomorrow, can they?
They're sold out at Diamond. So
if you didn't pre-order,
and I'm hearing a lot of shops are going through them very quickly, or will be going through them very quickly. So they're sold out at Diamond.
They sell
yeah. So they can't keep them in stock. We're maybe doing another run. Yeah.
You're worse than me.
The 5th one is the charm on the
the 5th one. Like, I'm upset that we couldn't do a 5th second printing like right at the same time these FOC'd because 5th had just came out. So we didn't know how it was going to do, and apparently that's a ghost. So, I'm just blown away constantly. So if you pre-ordered them at your shop, good on you. If you didn't, call your shop. Like, call them and be like,
have extras that can just save one for you or something.
Yeah, right. I
mean,
you
be there when the doors
open. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when the door opens, get in
line.
Dude, I used to do that. When Anthony and I first started, I used to be the person waiting outside the door trying to run in to grab the things that I wanted. And anyway,
it was like supermarket sweep, man.
It was crazy. And like I'm kind of tiny, so I could zigzag in and out of people and get there faster. So worked to my advantage. All right, so these are the ones that Trish is looking forward to. I think all of us are looking forward to these hitting stores tomorrow. Try to get these if you can. It's incredible. Even your free comic book day for Stray Dogs is already going for what, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay. It's between $6 and $14 for the free comic book day. It's not even out yet. It comes out in August.
Yeah.
People already have these on eBay for insane prices, and I'm like, what? No, why? Oh God. I feel horrible about the secondary market sometimes because like some people try to get it and they honestly honest to goodness they can't get it because they either don't have a shop nearby or they really try. And I just I wish I had books to give everyone. That's like so me. Nice, I'm like, I would put it in the hands of everybody.
Dude, ride this wave though. This is glorious, and you've earned it. And
it'll be back out. You said September. You guys are going to do a trade paperback.
Yeah, trade paperback.
Yes. We're so excited. Guys, if you didn't hear that news, Bird City Comics is doing an exclusive trade paperback of Stray Dogs, and Trish and Tony are doing the cover for us.
Awesome.
And I highly, highly, highly recommend that you subscribe to the Bird City Comics newsletter so that you know the second that thing drops.
Yeah, I've never heard of exclusive trades before, but apparently it's a thing, and
we're making it a thing.
This one's going to be
there's little surprises for you guys, but we can't tell you guys. You just have to wait. All right, moving on. This was mine and Lucy's picks. I chose Ordinary Gods because I'm a huge fan of the Old Guard. And if you read the synopsis, it tells you, people that are into the Old Guard will like this too, because there's so much. It definitely ties in the adventure with history. And I like the idea of people coming back, reincarnating. And that's kind of what this is based on. You have these gods that keep living, and it looks really neat. It's a brand new title. So #1 drops tomorrow. I suspect that this is going to be a good one. I could see it blowing up. So that would be my recommendation if you're looking for something, and if you enjoyed the Old Guard, if that's kind of up your alley, this is the one I would go for. And then Lucy chose Noctera.
Yes, I've been been keeping up with this one, and I freaking love it. I know you love it too, Laura. Like, it's so good. The story is so good. I don't see a lot of people like still talking about it how it was like the beginning, and but the story is so good. I would love to see this as a movie or a show, because just the storyline, it's great.
I feel like it could be like a show, kind of like a Firefly type show. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. Scott Snyder also said nice things about Stray Dogs. I'm just not going to derail anymore. I'm going to back right out.
You guys added to the book, right? Like at the end, like it says.
No, he did like a video, something separate. Like he was teaching about three act story structure using the issue 1.
That's a huge compliment. You should just that. I would brag about that till the day I died. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, that also happened.
Okay. Let's keep going here.
Keep going.
Jen, what you want to cover this slide?
Okay, so technically I picked 2.
Oh, okay, cheater.
No, you picked 4. This is 4, not 2.
I'm counting 4.
Beyond 2.
Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's a precursor to the show coming out July 23rd on Netflix. That's definitely my pick. And I like the Bird City.
I want that one too.
The Bird City exclusive is pretty awesome.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And then America Chavez #4.
I almost picked this one too as my comic pick, because I'm reading this one too. Sorry, Jen, I took.
Oh, you are?
But I'm reading this one too, and I really like it. I'm liking it, and then that's why I was like, it's so hard to pick, because I had this one, America Chavez, Noctera, and what else? Basilisk. That's how you.
Basilisk is really
that
good.
One, and I had I had like 5, and then I couldn't pick which one.
Well, wait, I didn't pick 4. So wait, real quick. So the Black Widow prelude, I'm just letting you guys know that, hey, Black Widow's coming out on Friday. IMAX theaters for AMC are going to be having this comic book if they are participating. So keep an eye out for this comic book. I'm not saying it's my pick. I'm just saying
that's a great spec pick too, because if you can get your hands on this, people are going to shoot it up on eBay.
Well, my AMC True IMAX, which was Navy Pier, is closed now because of freaking pandemic. Closed it forever, so I'm a little upset. So I don't know where I'm going to go.
Time to move.
I know, right? But like, I'm talking about True IMAX, because like when you walked in, it was like stories tall, right? Other IMAXs in our area are like, oh, it's IMAX, but it's like it's slightly bigger than the screen. That's not.
Yeah, our IMAX isn't that good. Like our IMAX is like the boring IMAX, but it is an AMC theater, so I can go check it out.
And it's a solid cover too. That's a pretty cover. The monochromatic look is very cool.
And then with the White Widow, and I'm like, okay, anyway, so that's, keep your eyes out, look on for that. And then America Chavez #4 is my pick, like, because I'm looking forward to reading the story. I like cover B a lot better, but the cover A is pretty cool too. We're finding more about her backstory. We're still finding out. So I'm looking forward to reading about this one. And then The Lot was from Bad Idea. And I really thought Lucy was going to pick it. But like Marguerite Bennett is the person who also wrote Animosity and A-Force. So I like her writing.
And Bombshells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did MOM, the mom book with Amelia
Mhm.
Clark.
So
Yeah.
she's a really good writer. I'm looking forward to this. Basically, it's a horror story about
Yeah.
a studio, something bad happens, and then
Well,
it gets like
this was my, I didn't want to pick because this was already my pick when we first talked about Bad Idea.
well,
Back on September,
Our
October.
first
October,
issue,
yeah.
right?
our
first
episode, sorry.
yeah,
Our very
Our
first
first
episode we
episode.
talked about this, yeah, which it was on October, and this was my pick, and it is a horror Hollywood story. The what I read, it was really good, but I kind of want to go with Noctera.
I mean, but it's the why it's still a thing is the writer, right?
Mhm.
It's the writer
Yeah.
that has me peaked. It's a female writer.
And also I didn't pick because I can't pick this up. That's why. That's why I didn't pick it, because I can't get it.
It does
So-
get a little annoying. I'm with Lucy on this. It is
Yeah,
a little
so that's why I'm like,
frustrating.
Why am I gonna pick this as my comic pick? Because it's nowhere around me. I can pick it up, or I don't know honestly where to. I'm not gonna be able to pick it up. So
Well,
that's why I'm not.
I still think that site is up from our first episode. Remember, it was like, I know it was our first like Hello Comic Women, right? Like it was like
Yeah.
our first introductory episode. We talked about it, and I think like where's badidea.com or something. Where is my bad idea? Like it's one of those.
Yeah, but the only store that I can probably get it, it's what is that, Golden Apple, which is like 2.5 hours away from me.
Oh.
So I ain't
Hey,
gonna
we
drive all the
tried
way
to
out
get
there.
them to let Bird City be there first. So guys, petition that. Let Bird City offer their books online, because it would make it a lot easier if you're really just trying to get the titles into
Yeah.
people's hands.
But I don't think
Yeah,
it matters now, right? Now that they're
Coming to an end.
going
Well,
away.
supposedly, I don't even know if I believe. I don't know. I don't like.
You think
feeling
people
like
are
I
trolling
can't-
you?
I feel like I'm getting played a little here, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of my intelligence being insulted by marketing ploys.
Well,
It
listen,
bothers me.
the lot is going to be a 1 through 4. They're going to give you the whole story, and then I think on a lot of the even on the flip side, they talked to him, and he's like, listen, like they have a small staff, and like for where it's growing, they just can't sustain it. So they're gonna take a break, maybe probably be done, but like maybe like who knows what the future
but
holds.
then
But
I
like
thought they said that they were changing the name, and they were keeping.
But
I don't know.
to read the story, just talk about
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Lucy and we're like, we need to do a whole separate podcast, Lucy, and just like really lay it on the table here. I think after a while though, if you have to jump through so many hoops, you just stop jumping.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I was not able to get any, not even one book of whatever that came out. Like I wasn't able to get any, and then I was not gonna pay $100 for a new comic book that it just came out. But also there's the other one, the bells one, the Santa Claus one coming out too.
Sleigh bells.
Sleigh bells.
Sleigh bells.
But it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that one too.
sleigh,
Which that
like-
was also like one of our picks too. That I kind of like the idea of it, and I think it's only a one shot. I'm not sure, but yeah, again, it sounds really good, but I don't want to get excited because I know I'm not going to be able to get it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think that there's so much, and Marguerite Bennett is a fantastic writer, but at some point you have to put the love of the hobby as a priority and your customers as a priority, and stop like with all the craziness.
Like, but if you look at what's going to happen with distribution of
That's another
a couple things, like
Yeah.
it's not going to just be Bad Idea. It's going to be a couple, like when we hit August, September, it's going to be really interesting in the comic community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn. It does look like a great story. So if we're focusing just on the lot itself, I think that this is an interesting pick. If you can get your hands on it, the artwork is fantastic. The writing is really good. But yeah, this is like a whole.
We wouldn't get it.
I know Lucy and I are just sitting here like grinding my teeth, and I want
I'm
these
bitter.
stories.
Yes, I'm bitter that I cannot get any of them. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I come get you guys for talking about this book.
At the
Oh my
very
God.
beginning, it felt like, okay, they're doing this to kind of create buzz and to create excitement. But then after a while, it just felt like maybe you have to trust who you're buying from. As a retailer, I 100% think that transparency is key. And after a while, it just becomes insulting. But
Mhm.
that's a new story. All right, guys. Sorry, Jen. I'm like, oh.
Sorry,
We're
Jen.
going to show you guys, as promised, as I promised yesterday during Bird City's live show, we did commission a cover for The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young. That is a title that I think is going to be amazing if you guys are fans of Scotty Young's art, or even his other book, Middle West, which, Lucy, you're a fan.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had Ariel Diaz, and do you guys want to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Let's do it. And dun, dun, dun. The Me You Love in the Dark. We did the Cabin in the Woods homage. We brought this up during our last episode because Jen kind of chose this as one of her picks for favorite horrors over on Nearing Nirvana. And this one, it's so hard to see because I should have brought a bigger picture, but if you zoomed in here, you can actually see the character in the window and she's holding a paintbrush. But Trish, can you guess what my favorite part of this cover was?
Oh, your favorite part of the cover?
Yeah, it's something that you're probably not going to get it, but it's such an interesting detail and it's kind of lost here on the screen, but the background. She went through and added the trees that you see on the regular poster as like these thick textured paint trees on the back. And it it's incredible.
I freaking love it. And not only because as soon as they announced that they were Jorge Corona and Scotty Young, they were working together again because they both did Middle West, and it's such a fantastic book. And the art and the inside too, they both did, and it was Jorge Corona who did the art in the inside. It is just freaking amazing. So I was so excited. I remember sending you guys, I'm like, oh, they're working together again, and then you told me that you guys were doing an exclusive, so I even got even more excited. You guys are doing 2 exclusives, right, for this book?
Yeah, so this one, guys, I'm just I put the poster up just so you can kind of see how well Ariel Diaz was able to capture the homage. I think she did such a good job. She obviously rendered the house differently to match the book one, but this is the one that we have that's 100% Bird City, but then we also did a shared exclusive with 616, and that's a screen homage that Megan Hutchinson did. I should have pulled that one up too. But anyway, if you guys, this is not technically launched yet. That's why it says not final trade dress. We're still waiting to get the final on this, but I promised you guys that I'd give you a look. Fingers crossed, we will launch this bad boy tomorrow night. So if you're subscribed to the newsletter, you'll get an email letting you know when it goes live. It's limited to a 500 print run, and I think these are going to move. So yeah.
Yes, I pre-ordered, and I don't think so. I feel like I don't think they're gonna have, like, just like Middle West, they didn't really have variants for this one. So if you want variants, get the exclusives.
There's one out there. I think it's a Scotty Young one, actually.
But we were talking about this. But I think it's it might be a 1 out of 25.
That's right. So
Just
if I
like
get one,
Middle West.
I'll hook you up if I find one. If we get one, we should actually, since we're doing 500 of these, we should get them, right?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
So that's what we have coming up over at Bird City. Make sure you stay tuned for that. As always, guys, if you have not already checked out, Lucy, Jen, and I do another show, and Trish visits that one often too, called Nearing Nirvana on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's our own channel. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Jen.
I like stuff a lot on Twitter,
Sometimes.
but yeah.
I like stuff on Twitter.
Well, theoretically, we're on Twitter. So please subscribe to us over at Nearing Nirvana. That show kind of covers everything: movies, comics, TV shows, pop culture, all kinds of stuff. And it's a lot of fun. JoJo from Flicks and Comics is our other host that we have over there, and she's amazing. She has her own channel as well, so support her if you can. And of course, Bird City Comics. Check us out. We are doing big things. I can't get into a lot of details. I can say David Mack. That's all I'm going to say. David Mack is coming up. So anyway. So
exciting.
It's so exciting. Trish, where can we find you?
Instagram and Twitter at Trish Forstner. I'm Trish Forstner on Facebook, although my Facebook is mostly just overflow from Instagram and memes.
I'm excited to see what you
there
have
is
coming up.
And there's a Stray Dogs fan group on there that I visit quite frequently.
Yeah, there is. I met them in full force last night. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. They popped over to
Frenzy.
they popped over to see the damaged It covers, and then they
Yeah.
bought them all.
Yeah, we had like damaged ones, Jen. I think I told you we got a lot of damages, and they wouldn't reprint them, so we just marked them down, and people loved them.
And they flew in and bought them all, and then flew away.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh my god. Jen's over at Comic Aficionado on Instagram, and then Lucy's at Mama Comic. And aren't you doing sales nowadays?
Yes, I did a page for just to, because on my Mama Comic I usually post just whatever I like, sharing like my collection, and I made a separate Instagram account, Mama Comics for sale, to sell it's mostly me and Jojo were talking about that we selling a lot of doubles and stuff like that we have, make room for more for all the covers for Stray Dogs. I need that room.
Yeah, and we vouch for Lucy 100%. So shop from her.
Yeah, like, so I haven't posted any in the week or so. I'm gonna post more probably tomorrow. And I'm gonna post some good books. So, and
look
I
at
said
this.
offers. So yes.
Ooh, offers. Heck yeah. Jen's at almost 1,000 followers. Let's get her over that milestone.
You know what's really kind of sad is that, like, for a long time I didn't post. And now I'm really trying to do at least one post a week. I'm like, just do one a week. Just do one a week.
It's hard, Jen. It's hard to post. Like, I'm more on Instagram. You guys know. And I still don't do that good. Like, I still like go with like a week without posting anything on stories. Yeah. But on my actual feed, like, it's hard.
How do you do stories?
Huh? Just
like usually when you send stuff, I can like I'll hit the anyway.
Are you talking about Instagram?
I'll teach you. I have to teach you. I'll send you a tutorial.
I like just hit buttons until it looks like it's sent somewhere. That's all I
don't know where that went, but it's somewhere.
If you guys,
I like this enough to hit the arrow button.
Yeah. If you guys do that, I can, like, it says share like the story. I'm like, okay, I hit that button and it just does it. And then I found out how to like put text in it because I didn't know how to do that before. But like, I don't know how to do it.
Okay, I'll do a tutorial. I'll do a little screen record thing and I'll send you guys. So yes, can know how to do.
Show us how to use Instagram, please.
Yes, I'll do that.
Oh my gosh, you girls. I don't even. All right. That's it for us for tonight. Make sure that you give us a thumbs up. We're professionals. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tune in next Tuesday. We will have the same thing again, another market report on an amazing female contributor. So tune in then. And I think that's it. Anything else, girls? All right.
Go buy Stray Dogs tomorrow. Yay.
Yes. Bye.